Ciao! I'm Roberto Serini and welcome to the Cooking Challenge. This time people pretty much picked melanzane, which is eggplant. Second runner-up was zucchini, so I think I'm going to do a dish that's got both of them in there. This is a pretty simple dish, it's an Italian dish, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to peel the eggplant. Just using a potato peeler. Now I was going to make eggplant parmigiana, eggplant parmesan, but I figured that that's too easy. Everybody can look at that online and find their own recipe for us. So let's try this dish. Okay, the first thing we're going to, well, that's the second thing, because the first thing was to peel that. Let's get a pan going. And you want a pan where you have a lid for it, because we'll be using that at the end. And we put some olive oil in there. I use extra virgin. You can use regular olive oil, but I think extra virgin gives it more flavor. So kind of coat the bottom of it. Let it heat up. So we've got our eggplant. Let me get a bowl here so we can put it in there. And I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to end up cubing it at the end. And this is a pretty huge eggplant. In fact, that's almost overkill, but I like them big. So, more food, more food. I didn't get my nice figure by not eating enough. Now, the next step is going to be the onion we want to take, and we want to mince, or not mince, but just cut up the onion in small pieces, and we're going to be putting that in the hot oil. So let's go ahead and put, that was about a half an onion, by the way. You can put more if you really like onion. Here's onion, and we'll get some garlic, a couple of cloves of garlic. It's we like garlic with everything. It's good for you. The secret with garlic is you got to make sure everybody eats it. That's the secret, because your breath will be horrendous afterwards. But if everybody eats it, then nobody can blame you. They say that, oh wait, your breath is bad, because everybody's breath is bad. So, but it's very healthy. So about 2 cloves of garlic. Here we go. And we'll get something to stir with. And all we're doing is trying to get the onion, basically the famous translucent, which I'm not sure who came up with that, because it doesn't really, I don't think it gets translucent. It just gets soft. With the zucchini, well, let me wash it. I'm going to do the same thing. I like to peel mine. You don't have to peel the zucchini. So now the same thing with the zucchini. We're going to cut it up and basically dice it in about, again, a 1/2 inch size. The zucchini tends to soften a lot faster than the eggplant. Hopefully not cutting the fingers. That's never a good thing. Unless you're making red sauce now. When you're making red sauce, it doesn't matter. Nobody will be able to tell. But this is going to be white, so don't want to do that. So let's put this here. Another thing you're going to need, and if you look on the website, you'll see the ingredients up front. You're going to want to get some olives, if you like black olives, some mozzarella balls, which you can get, these are mozzarella balls, you can get those at any grocery store. And they don't have to be mozzarella balls, they can be bigger chunks of it, you can just cut them down. The smaller they are, the quicker they melt. The onions are nice and done, so now we throw in there all of our eggplant. And actually, you know what? I am going to put in there the zucchini as well. We put this and the rest of it. Now we're going to put a little bit of salt. Again, I don't want to salt it too much, but we'll put some salt in there. And a couple of good-sized pinches. Now one thing you want to make sure is that you've got plenty of oil in there, because again, the zucchini is like a big sponge. It'll just suck everything up. And you're gonna let this cook for 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. And you want to have enough liquid in here because the eggplant is like a sponge, as I said earlier. It just will suck all the liquid up. In fact, it's already doing that. There's hardly anything left in there. And so make sure you have enough olive oil. I mean, I'm not talking about a gallon of olive oil, but you know, enough to coat the bottom and then some. You can cover it at this point if you want to. In fact, I think I'm going to, and I'm going to lower the heat to about medium. I'm using a regular pan. You can use a non-stick. In fact, non-stick is even better because then you don't have to worry about it sticking to the bottom. But if you got enough oil, you're not going to have to worry about it. And another thing you can add to it, in fact, why don't I like red pepper. Makes it a little spicy, gives it a little kick. I don't put a lot of it. I mean, I really don't put that much of it in there, you know. Well, I guess it's all relative, hopefully. Anyway, and then a little bit of fresh ground pepper. That's always good. And just let it sit, like I said, for about 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, what we can do is that we can take a couple of tomatoes, just fresh tomatoes. You can use canned as well, but I think the fresh ones is what you want. And you want to dice them up. Now I'm just going to dice them. Just rough chop them. So, and then we just play the waiting game. We just wait for the eggplant. You want to stir every once in a while just to make sure, especially if you're using, like me, a regular pan instead of a non-stick pan, because they will stick to the bottom. So every once in a while, just give it a stir and just let it be. Okay, so it's been about 15, 20 minutes. You got to keep an eye on it. I mean, you don't want it to turn into complete mush, but you want everything to be softened. Now, save the lid. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the heat. And we're going to take, and we're going to put, actually I need this, we are going to put the tomatoes that we've chopped up in there. Nice tomatoes. Stir them in. And we're going to put some oregano. We're going to put the mozzarella balls in there. There. And you can put olives. We love olives. We love black olives. So we're going to put, you know, a few black olives in there. Make sure they're pitted, but, you know, if you got good teeth, wait a minute. If you got good teeth, it's bad if they're not pitted because you will end up with bad teeth. They'll break. I know. And now you just put the lid on it. Well, stir it up. Stir all this up. And put a lid on it and just let it sit till it gets lukewarm, and it's just wonderful. It's just very refreshing. It's a summer dish. That's what I call it. Okay, so as I was saying, the cheese is nice and soft and melting. So at this point, you take it. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. It's been kind of cooling down, and the mozzarella started to melt in there. And another thing that's kind of good in here too is Parmesan cheese. The good Parmesan cheese. But so we can take it, and then we'll take a dish and put it in there. And this is nice, also, you know, cool. No, not cold, but cool. And it's a great side dish. And it impresses a lot of people because most people don't know about eggplant. It's like that weird purple, you know, vegetables that you see at the store that people are afraid of. And that's it. Give it a try. I bet you'll like it. Give it a try. There it is. And please go to the website and vote for the next ingredient, and we will see you next time for the next cooking challenge. I'm Roberto Cherini. Ciao!